What's up, guys? Welcome back, and some more bolt action for you. So as promised, we are continuing on and finishing up our review here of the more recent Marine releases and other Pacific releases. So we've covered the Japanese so far with a couple of releases they had. We've looked at the U.S. Marine Raiders, and also now here the U.S. Marine Corps support group. So again, support groups, a wonderful idea that Warlord's been doing here in the last couple of years with bolt action. Again, condensing multiple smaller blisters into just one nice handy set. So if you already have an army, you probably already have most of these pieces, or a couple of them, so it might not make sense to buy this and then have extras, or it's, again, if you have larger games or other things, you will probably find a use for other, or for some of the duplicate pieces here. But, if you are starting an army fresh, this is just like a no-brainer pickup for you. You typically get an officer of some sort, or more, a medic, machine gun, mortar, all kinds of stuff. So for the Marines here, let's see, we get an officer with SMG and pistol, a U.S. Navy corpsman, medic treating a casualty, but also a medic with a stretcher, so 2 medics in here. That's a little bit overkill, I would say, but cool models nonetheless. Radio operator spotter, certainly can use that. Medium mortar, of course, medium machine gun team, and then the bases. So pretty cool stuff here. Feel like I would have rather had maybe like just a regular infantryman to sort of accompany the officer. I don't know if we really need the 2 medics. But that being said, I guess one's definitely a little bit more scenic. One is kind of the one on the stretcher here, with the stretcher here. More of a typical look for a lot of the other medic models that are out there. So we'll get into this. We'll get it open for you guys. But hit us up in the comments too. Would you have chosen this exact layout for the U.S. support group here, or would you have added some other figs? So let us know in the comments. But we're going to get this open. We'll be right back. Alrighty, guys, we're back. We got everything open for you, so you get a couple different things going on here. So kind of jumping in. So we have our mortar team here, and again, bits and pieces for the mortar itself. But we got basically 2 guys loading the shells, and 1 guy covering his ears here. Good stuff there. The machine gun is the big old water-cooled one. It's got little hose cooling and everything. I like the little scenic part of the tripod there. Makes the typical assembly of that not a pain, since it's mostly already ready. Mortar tube, all that fun stuff there. I got the machine gun hiding out in the back here, and again got basically the gunner, loader, and then 1 guy who's actually prone and pointing at the target. So that's actually a pretty cool pose there. Then we have our various medics here. So the actual medic treating here with bandages. This guy wounded. And again, if you had extras of this for some reason, you could certainly do some kind of kit bashing here. Have this wounded soldier just as if you needed to mark that for some reason, like a scenario, maybe like somebody that you had to retrieve as an objective or something like that. So there's all kinds of neat possibilities with that. The other medic carrying the stretcher, who will need a head, certainly. I've got a couple in the box here too, but again, Warlord's definitely been doing a good job with the metals lately. Certainly the plastics, of course, have been also knocking it out of the park pretty much consistently as well. But here as well, whoops, let's get this over here. So our observer, spotter, whatever we need, radio and all that fun stuff. And on these metals too, they've done a good job of just more or less making these one piece, but also just sculpting on all the various bits of kit and everything that they would be carrying. So again, just good details there and fun to add if you're really going to go to town on these guys and paint up all that detail. And then our officer kind of leaning forward with his pistol, but he's got that Thompson strapped on the shoulder here, or strapped over the shoulder. So overall, again, really good stuff. As said at the beginning, all these support groups are essentially no-brainers. Again, if you're starting a faction, you're picking up like maybe an army box, or you're just starting with a box or 2 of infantry or something like that, or even some armor, whatever it might be. But if you plan on running infantry, and again, you're brand new to a faction, this is a sort of mandatory purchase, right? You can certainly go create a lot of this with various bits and stuff from the plastic kits, but just kind of putting everything in one spot and really not having much in the way of assembly, these support groups, and for the price too, you get a whole lot of bang for your buck. Now, you might not always use a mortar, a machine gun, whatever, in every single mission, or sorry, not mission, but every game you play. But it's nice to have, and it's nice to just again have it all handy. And at some point, certainly you'll need an officer. A lot of times you will be running a observer of some kind. So something at some point will certainly be of use for you. So it's not a bad purchase by any means. And again, really exciting stuff here for all these island assault battles, these Pacific theater battles. So again, we are through the smaller releases now. So we've done 2 for the Japanese, 2 for the Marines. So the next one coming up will be the big starter set, so the big island assault set. So really looking forward to opening that for you guys and taking a look. We're going to be focusing on Marines as we build our second U.S. force. We still got work to do on our regular European theater Marines, but again, just the assembly never stops. So, but lots of that in the paint or the assembly queue, and then also tons and tons of stuff in the paint queue. So, so all towards getting finally some battles and stuff out for you guys. Also working on some terrain, but again, for these support groups, really just a 10 out of 10. Definitely a great buy for bolt action. So hopefully Warlord continues those and eventually gets to every every faction or sub faction, whatever it might be. So, but again, let us know if you thought all the inclusions in this one were the right choices here. Did we really need the 2 medics? I think that's about the only thing debatable in this set. What else would you have substituted? So hit us up in the comments there, guys. Overall thoughts on the Marine Corps releases here, the Pacific Theater releases, all that stuff. Let us know too, what you have, what you've done so far in your games with that. And again, stay tuned. We'll have the Island Assault one likely dropping within a day or so. So be on the lookout for that. Hit that like and subscribe. And if you want to support the channel a little bit more, there is a link in the description there. If you head over to Warlord from that and pick anything up, that also supports the channel. So I appreciate everybody who does that. So we will see you in the next one. Take care, guys.